And hopefully your holiday is a safe and a fun one, but what happens if you or your family member gets severely hurt on someone else's property? Katie Harris is here from Charles Boyk Law with when you need to call an attorney. We know that there's going to be a lot of celebrations, a lot of parties, fireworks involved, alcohol involved, all those kinds of things. So kind of run us through that quickly.
Right, so basically if you are on somebody else's property and you're hurt, if you're injured because there's some kind of a safety rule violation, if somebody's doing something dangerous and you or your kids or a friend of yours winds up hurt, that is the time when, after you make sure you get the medical attention everybody needs, make sure everybody's safe, go ahead and reach out and find that lawyer to help you walk through that legal process, because that's new and scary for a lot of people. They don't understand. So, you know, a lot of the things we're dealing with firework injuries in particular, there's brain injuries, there's really severe disfigurement, there can be burning, a lot of scarring. Really, you're dealing with pretty catastrophic injuries when you're talking about fireworks. And unfortunately, it happens a lot, I think in part because Ohio is super weird on fireworks law.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
Because I still, when I moved here, you know, some number of years ago, I'm going, wait, okay, I could buy fireworks. They're in the store. I see them. I could purchase them, but you're not allowed to set them off. Like, what? Go through this.
That's right. Ohio is really weird on this because you're exactly right. You are allowed to purchase those mortar fireworks, the things that you typically think of. Okay, there's a big boom. There's lots of lights in the sky. You're allowed to buy those in Ohio. You are not allowed to set them off in the state of Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? So you are supposed to take them out of the state within 48 hours and not light them off here. Obviously, you know, and I know from living here, lots of people are maybe not following these rules.
Sure,
because
I hear them, I see them, you know, throughout the course of the week, really.
Of course, yeah, and actually the month between June 22nd and July 22nd, fireworks are going off all over the place, and that is when by far the most injuries from these things happen. You know, we're talking about putting off an explosion in your backyard, basically. And it was, I think in 2018, there were 5,600 ER fireworks related injuries in the US, and 36% of those are kids. So, you know,
the kids are getting a hold of them, they're playing with them, we don't want that.
And even, you know, there can be shrapnel involved, there can be all kinds of things. It's a really dangerous situation, and they're fun and they bring us a lot of joy, and obviously we want people to be able to enjoy the 4th of July, but at the same time there are ways to do that more safely that don't involve breaking the law, setting them off on your property, worrying about those kids on your own property, your friends, your family members. I know even just locally in Toledo, we had that gentleman who passed away
this week,
yesterday,
I think.
Earlier in the week. And that's a great example of how trying to do something kind for the community and for the kids around you can unfortunately have these tragic results. So
just be mindful. The law is there for a reason.
It is.
You know?
And go out and have a good time on the 4th of July. I know some of my favorite memories from the 4th over the years growing up here, going out to Pacesetter with my parents, my sister and I running around with our sparklers, and then watching the professionals put on the really big show that you know they're going to have the huge ones, you know it's going to look great. So yeah, I mean, celebrate. It's a great time to enjoy friends and family. It's a great time to celebrate our country and the things that we're proud of about it. But there's things we can do to be safe about it. So, you know, you don't want to be setting them off in your own yard, having your friends set them off in your yard. If you're at a party where somebody is setting them off, keep your distance, first of all. Don't hold them. Don't try to relight them. If you light one and it's not booming, just let it go. You want to keep some water around in case a fire starts. Luckily, we did get some rain last night, but it's been pretty
dry now.
And
the topsoil especially.
And things can go up just like that. And there's all these different kind of things. So I think that there's ways to enjoy the holiday safely,
right? And legally, right?
Exactly.
We want people to be following the rules, right? Because they're for a reason. All right. Well, thank you so much for
Definitely.
coming in today and helping us guide through this, because I know it is a complicated thing here in Ohio. All right.
Yeah, no, and one thing I will say, I know that there's sometimes talks about, I think the Ohio legislature has tossed around ideas of changing this. So far, that's not going anywhere. So if
Okay.
anybody tells you fireworks are legal, you can set them off here, that's not true.
Not true.
That's not the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for coming today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Well, still to come on Toledo's Only Live, local 9 a.m. show. We